Hello, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how you can share online articles with your students without all the fluff and distractions that may come with it. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's say this particular website that I'm on has some information that I want to share with my students. I want them to talk about it and discuss it. And I share this link with them on Blackboard. When you look at this particular website, you will see that it has the information I want my students to get out of it, but it also has some extras in it. It has extra links to other websites, it has ads and advertisements, and a bunch of other links on the bottom that have nothing to do with the content I want to discuss. Now, if you have a student in your class who does not have a disability, these extra distractions are kind of an annoyance, but won't stop them from getting the information. However, if you have a student with a disability, these extra distractions can actually make it very difficult for them to get the information you want them to focus on. Particularly if you have a student who's visually impaired. Somebody who's visually impaired would use a screen reader to read the information on this page. However, with all these extras on the page, the screen reader would have a hard time reading all these extras to that particular student, which means the student would have a difficult time understanding the information that you want them to have for class. So how do you fix this? Here's a little trick. There is an online reader, and the website for that is mind.im/reader. And this is a free tool that you can use. All you need to do to create an account is a username and password. And once you create a username and password for this account, you are able to start using it. If you have already started using this kind of reader and you have made what we call clean versions of a website, meaning you've shared a website without all the extra fluff and distractions, those websites would show up here as thumbnails. So let me show you how you would do this if you were a brand new user. I'm going to go back to that website I showed you earlier. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste the URL, the website link for this particular page. Then I'm going to go back to the reader. When I get to the reader, I'm going to click on the plus sign. And there I'm going to either type the URL that I want to be clean without the distractions, or I'm just going to paste it. And then I'm going to press my Enter key on my keyboard. When I do that, the system then makes a clean version of this URL, and it will show up as a thumbnail in front of you in your account. When I click on that thumbnail, I see the exact same article with the information, but with all the extra fluff. This is what it looked like before. Lots of distractions, lots of extra things that have nothing to do with the content. And this is the article now with just the information I want my students to focus on. Now, if I want my students to have access to this clean version, all I have to do is I have to click on a little icon that looks like a paper airplane. And it's going to give you my share options. I can share the link through Facebook or Twitter or in an email. Most likely, I'm going to share the link on Blackboard. So I will click on the link icon. And when I do that, it says that the link has been copied. Then all I have to do is paste that link into Blackboard so my students can access it. So when my students access it, they're getting the clean version of this website. Let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to go in another browser. I'm going to paste that website that I just copied. And now I will see this is the article with the clean version. Notice I did not have to log in or use a username or password to access the clean version. So now I can read the information. I have it available to me. There's no extra distractions, and I can be prepared for class. The clean version is very accessible for somebody who has assistive technology or a screen reader if they're visually impaired, because it will read the content to them. And that means that student will be able to understand the information that you are sharing. But let's be honest, any student, regardless if they have a disability or not, benefits from clean, readable websites where they're focusing on the content and not the extra fillers.